Hello, ZJ Nation. I'm Dr. Joshua Plant, and thank you for joining me on this week's Natural Health Revolution call. Today, we have a special topic to where we talk about essential oil use or supplementation as a whole for men. And so, as I was preparing this call, I thought about bringing on the most manly man I know, and I brought on Mike McLean to interview him. So,
Well, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Plant. I appreciate it. It's nice to be known as the manliest man he knows. Is it because I have shotgun shells in my belt? Or
no, well, you missed the joke. I said for you to interview me. Now,
oh! Well, I never was quick. You know, there's a difference between quick and manly, right?
No. Trust me. This is Mike McLean. For those who don't know him, he is a double black diamond here at ZJ International, and the Ameo brand ambassador. And just a little background on Mike McLean. I really have never fired a gun before until I met this man. He's taken me hunting. He's taught me how to curse. He is the manliest man of them all. But he's never too proud to ultimately teach and to educate the masses about essential oils. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Plant. Yeah. And by the way, one of the best experiences I think I've probably ever had in my entire life was that day we went out hunting for the very first time, and to see a Harvard nerd go from the nerd lab to the field and to be out there with the dogs and everything. That was pretty cool, man, to watch you do that.
The hardest part was actually just finding a bright orange bow tie to wear to make sure I didn't get shot.
This is true. This is true. We actually have videos someday. Hit me up. But no, Dr. Plant, I really appreciate you having me on here. As you know, this is kind of my passion, essential oils. It's been a privilege to partner with you for the last couple of years to help advance the cause of natural wellness, and more importantly, to do it with dudes, because a lot of times guys don't think that oils are something that they can do, and this is something that I hope to debunk as part of this call today.
Wonderful, excellent. And so Mike McLean, dear friend of mine, exceptionally hardworking, always out, and he's exceptionally passionate about this message. And so, as we kind of talk a little bit about Mike McLean, why don't we talk a little bit? You've been now with ZJ for about 2 years,
a little over 2 years, yeah.
Why don't we kind of look at a little before and after? I kind of surprised him with these pictures. So why don't we pull up a little before here?
So do I really have to share this?
Please hold it up high and proud, Mike. Here we go.
Well, this is what I looked like a little over 2 years ago, right here. And this was actually the summer right before we launched, my wife and I, our ZJ business. And it looks like the sea creature crawled out of the depths of the ocean. And I won't make any vulgar comments about the shape of my upper body, but I'll just say it's not very flattering.
Yeah, but this was taken just a few days ago.
That's correct. Yep, that was about a week ago. Yeah.
And so when we talk about this today, one of the things that I really want to talk about is you've immersed ZJ completely in your lifestyle. You talked about you and your wife. Your wife's also had tremendous results as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, if it wasn't for my beautiful wife, I don't know that I would be where I am today right now, because my whole passion in getting started with ZJ was really because of the Ameo essential oil line, as you well know, Dr. Plant, and that was our sole focus. And so I really did not pay a whole lot of attention to the core nutritionals or the weight management system or some of the sports supplementation that the company offers. And I was pretty myopic in my view. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know that we'd be here right now, because we'd had a baby right before we got started, and she wanted to lose some weight. She wanted to get back to feeling good, and she'd done the research that I hadn't done, because a lot of times, as you know, we don't know what we don't know. And because of my 20 years, roughly in this industry, I hadn't seen a whole lot of core nutritional stuff or weight management stuff that really worked. And so thanks to my beautiful wife, she helped me get rid of those blinders, jump in, take a 90-day challenge. In the process of doing that, losing 20 pounds. And that really kind of opened my eyes to the power of this.
Huge transformation.
And Lynn's has gone from a size 14 to a size 2. During the last 2 years on this journey. And so now imagine, for all the women that are out there and all the husbands that are out there right now, imagine your wife, how good she feels and what that can do for your relationship. I can tell you it's done amazing things, not just our physicality, but between the ears as well as some other things for the relationship, wink,
Wonderful. So now this is something to know. You talked about this a little bit. You've been in the industry for the quote-unquote health and wellness industry, the supplement industry, for 20 years. And I'm assuming you were a college athlete, but looking at the before picture, right? Health and wellness industry necessarily wasn't something that was adopted.
No, it really wasn't, and I'm embarrassed because and I like to use that whole "we don't know what we don't know" because we often run around with an opinion about everything, including those things we don't know. And because I had tried some stuff, working for some of my former companies that I had been a part of, and I didn't see or have results, I just kind of threw the baby out with the bathwater because of that. And that's really kind of how I felt when we first got started here, was that same type of thing. Well, this just must be another one of those deals, a patch, a thrive, or whatever, wrap yourself with this and do that kind of a deal.
Next thing you know, and it's sadly, and this you hit on a core point here. What has happened is because there is so much snake oil, there's so much conjecture out there that is completely bogus and misleading. A lot of times people throw out the whole supplement industry, the baby with the bathwater. Mm-hmm. It's all bad. Well, at ZJ International, we've really taken this principle here, and we'll talk a little bit about this, where we use science to validate the efficacy of our products, and that is why you see these things. And this isn't uncommon, right? This isn't uncommon. You had this. Wife has had tremendous results, and my wife's had tremendous results. I've had tremendous results. And we see this across the board because simply these products work.
Absolutely.
And so it's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about this transformation, how you've embraced the natural health revolution by naturally nourishing, naturally restoring, and naturally conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I mentioned, when we first got in, it was all about the oils. And for me, that was it. And the quality, the proven quality that wasn't just based off of marketing conjecture or hyperbole was a huge thing for me. Mm-hmm. And in fact, it's kind of like my Amex card. I never leave home without it. This is my own personal bottle of frankincense.
Wonderful.
This is, Joel McNinch, a friend and partner, mentor of mine. He always says, life's tough, wear a helmet. Well, this is my, helmet that I guard my grill with every single solitary day, whether it's just putting a little bit on, my face to help kind of keep my skin looking young and refreshed.
Now, you're 42 years old.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. And which, by the way, I have to say, you probably look 10 years younger than your before picture. No, this is good. Sorry. McLean's such a dear friend. I'm going to bring up the before picture as much as possible.
Yes, there it is again, just for everybody to see one more time. Yes, this is the Beachmaster, and I'm not talking about big biceps.
It's definitely a dear friend of mine. But no, you look amazing. So the frankincense, wonderful stuff for the skin.
Yep, absolutely. So it helps with the skin, kind of keeps you looking younger. But also, and a lot of times for guys, this is one of those things where we have a hard time like embracing the emotional side of things. But the reality is life's like a golf game. And if we stop and we think about it, I play golf maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Mm-hmm. I'm not a very good golfer, but what happens is I'll go hit 100 or 200 shots, whatever it is, while I'm playing 18 holes of golf, but I only talk about that one shot, right?
Yes.
I only talk about the one.
The one shot that went past the women's tee.
That's right. I only talk about the one shot. Well, I try to live life every single day the same way because life is tough and we do need to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
And so to guard my grill, to protect myself mentally, to stay in the game and be where I need to be, I don't want to think about all the other things that happen every single day. Try to focus on the one thing. And that's what Frankie does for me. I put it on.
Awesome.
I put it on every day, guard my grill, guard my heart, guard my spirit, and then focus on looking for that one thing every day that is a positive, just like knocking it on the green.
That's awesome. And so when we talk about frankincense...
And I'm putting this back in my pocket, by the way, because this one is mine.
Not all frankincense are created equally, right? At the Ameo brand of essential oils, we are the only certified standard of essential oils. And what does that mean? It means we make sure that we use a clinical grade essential oil. Right? What we've done is we've actually compared this frankincense to the ones that have been used in thousands of clinical studies where they talk about the power of frankincense of guarding your grill, right? These are published, peer-reviewed scientific studies, and we've actually lined our frankincense, the Ameo brand of frankincense, to those that are used in many of those studies, giving this kind of ambiguity that is so much that is out there in the industry of essential oils of, it has to look this way of the GCMS, no, this way.
Yeah.
We've kind of gone through all of these opinions, and we have identified that which has worked and has been proven to work, and we align our oils with that. It's the only frankincense that's been proven to actually work at the cellular level, right?
Yep.
To the 7 nerds watching it, of the 40,000 people out there, what that means is it's working at the basic unit of life. That's huge, right? This is also the only company that has actually understood how essential oils impact our genes and have formulated huge formulas off this. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. And so what you see here, the Ameo brand, this isn't just frankincense. This isn't the frankincense you find at Walmart or some other high-end store.
No.
other high-end store, as if Walmart is
Yeah, I was going to say.
But this is something that has absolutely set us apart from the herd with respect to essential oils.
Well, and that quality that you're talking about was really what attracted me to this company, because of your commitment to making sure that we had valid, products, that we had a valid quality profile, and that we were doing the types of things to help really advance the cause. And so I can see it every single day in the way that I feel and the way that it interacts with my body. And I encourage all of you guys, stop being too cool for school when it comes to the essential oils. Join the revolution and let Mother Nature work with you. In fact, that brings me to my next point, which this is, and I know I wish this one wasn't quite as expensive, but there are some amazing essential oils in this, and it's called Life Unlimited. And this is another one of those essential oils that are kind of like Kelp Guard Your Grill. But one, it smells absolutely amazing. So when you put it on there, other people around you, I a lot of times will use this as a peak.
Yeah.
I'll sit on an airplane or different things. I get a little bit out and I'll put it on. And next thing I know, everybody around me is going, What is that? What's that smell? What's that
Usually
smell?
I have a different effect. When people make the same reactions.
Wow.
There's my before picture right there out there for everyone.
But this is one of my favorites. In fact, each one of us have kind of a vision of what Life Unlimited looks like. And every time I smell this one, it takes me to about 10,000 feet in elevation. It's September 15th. The elk are bugling, the leaves are changing colors, and it's below 30 degrees outside. And that's what I feel like. And so, once again, life is tough.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things that just kind of helps me stay clear between the ears. And I absolutely love this oil. It goes with me just about everywhere. And it's just one of those things that kind of guard yourself.
And you talk about this, right? It smells beautifully, right? So I use this one frequently. It's a lot of times men are afraid to use essential oils because it's flowery, or I don't want to smell like my grandma or whatever it might be.
Yep.
But there's so many different essential oils out there. Sandalwood, for example, is amazing,
beautiful,
wonderful musk associated with that, right? The powerful properties of sandalwood with respect to confidence, self-esteem have been associated and have been well documented. So wonderful essential oil. And you could put a little bit in your shaving cream. Do these types of things that you want to do. Wonderful. Frankincense, for example, in shaving cream is beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It really, helps with the skin.
Yeah.
A couple of other things, Dr. Plant, that I get asked quite a bit when I'm out and about. And this is one of my favorite essential oils. And I'd love for you on camera to kind of dive a little bit deeper into this. Because to my knowledge, and now I'm not saying this to be absolute, but to my knowledge, this is the only supplement that I'm aware of that really helps to protect the cellular life cycle and to make sure that that process is never going awry in our body, or to do everything we can, and then also partnering with like phytonutrients and micronutrients and different things. And this is a product that I will never, ever be caught without. And if I am caught without it, if you run into me, you know what? I'll buy you a bottle, because that's how passionate I am about this. And maybe you can talk just a second a little bit more about that.
So interestingly, how this actually came to be is a lot of other companies were talking about out there that you could put a drop of essential oil on your pinky toe, and they would say ubiquitously in every cell throughout your body. Well, I'm sorry, and I'm hoping to the thousands of people watching this, I hope that does not sit right with you, because ultimately that's just not true. But I wanted to understand truly how essential oils are absorbed, how they are ultimately taken up in the body. And so what I did was, it's called a Keiko-2 study. And what it is it's a certain type of cells that you can use that mimic the actual intestinal tract of the body. And so what we did is we looked at all these different essential oils, measured how they're absorbed into the body, how they're taken up through the body, and we actually could quantify that. And as I did this experiment, I stumbled upon what was absolutely miraculous to me, was that there were certain essential oils that actually increased the absorption of nutrients and other essential oils. Yeah. And so what we did was we were able to actually partner those oils together. That's this. And what you're able to do is it kind of makes a carpool lane for all of those good things in your life to get absorbed, right? Those nutrients, those other essential oils, to really get to what your cells are looking for. And it's a beautiful, beautiful combination. And just, I absolutely agree. This is something that is a staple in our household. My grandpa attributes his life to this product and the power that it's given. So wonderful, wonderful product. All right.
Well, I just know how I feel,
Yeah.
you know, when we use that product. And so I'm grateful for the commitment that you have to research and development and to continue to advance the cause of natural wellness, bringing, and I think this is one of the most important things, ladies and gentlemen, that what we're doing here at ZJ International, thanks to Dr. Plant, is really advancing the cause of natural wellness, but doing it with some of the same principles and the some of the same guiding principles, if you will, that are being used and found in pharmaceuticals. And so, one, for example, another one that I can't imagine life without and that's AGX Men. We live in a world that is jacking up our hormones, whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah.
And once again, men, I'm talking specifically to you right now, and ladies, I'm talking to your husbands, maybe through you, because some of the things that we're doing here are what's going to lead to us having a richer, more vital, life, life richer of vitality, if you will.
You could imagine just the lifestyle changes, the confidence that you have,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. I mean,
Confidence enough to hold up a before picture.
Absolutely, and I'm proud of that fact.
No, that it is a before picture, right?
Yep.
And not a current picture. That's awesome.
Exactly. And so, another thing that I love, because of that, epigenetic studies that the company's doing, we're now able to understand how to blend and mix essential oils in such a way that we can encourage normal, healthy hormonal function, both in men and women. And so, Dr. Plant, maybe you can talk a little bit about the impact that this will have on HGH and testosterone in men.
Yeah, so what we did, again, this was a huge experiment. This was, so often essential oil companies will kind of just poof, here's something, here's a blend.
Yeah.
I call that Betty Crocker, not necessarily science, right? And what we did here is this was a huge experiment. We actually collected literally billions of points of data in combination with research universities and biotech companies. And we were able to understand how all these different essential oils actually impact the expression of our genes, the genes of, at least in vitro. And from this huge database, we're actually able to come together and identify certain combinations of essential oils. We looked at ones that, for example, testosterone, HGH, right? Women's blend, looking at women's specific stuff, and creating this powerful thing that will help balance and maintain normal hormone balance. And it's a powerful, powerful combination. And it's funny because when men take this is one of those things where they're like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I feel better. I feel younger.
Yeah.
And it's like they feel 19 again, right? And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And this is another staple in our household.
Well, and the thing that I love about it is that, as you know, we introduce synthetics, and there's so many guys that I know that are going, hey, I'm going to go get a testosterone shot, or I'm going to get the patch, or I'm going to get that new gel that you put in your armpits or whatever, because we live in a world that is depleting our testosterone, or it's inhibiting our body's ability to do that. And this is a way to protect and guard and allow our bodies to do it naturally. And while I can't make claims while we're on this video, I can just tell you that my life in the 2 years that we've been using that, I've never used a testosterone supplement of any kind, and I have seen massive results in the level of my... Can I say the word virility on this?
Absolutely, say virility.
I feel
That's
like
better than what I think you want to say.
It is, but I feel like $1 million. And guys, when I feel like $1 million physically, you know what? I feel better emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as well, to where you're starting to have a much more well-rounded experience while we're here. So, another huge thing.
Well, let's move on quickly, right?
Okay.
Another big thing here is your nutrition, the supermix and plant protein. These are two staples in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. After that little 90-day challenge that my wife, convinced me to do, and by the way, I did it kicking and screaming like probably most of you men out there, and ladies, your husbands are probably fighting you. Get them on this call so that we can actually convince them otherwise, because I can tell you, continuing to do the same thing and expecting a different result is the definition of what?
Oh, it's insanity.
Insanity, that's right. And so this right now is a staple. It's a must. It's a go-to. I'm embarrassed to tell you that I wasted probably $2,000 while we were working on a mayo. Every day I'd come in here, Elizabeth would give me a sachet of this and a bottle of water, and when you weren't looking, I'd chuck it. I'd throw it away.
Oh,
I'm embarrassed.
This is confession time.
It is a little confession. But the best part of this is once you know what you didn't know, you can't go back, right?
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing. And so Moringa oleifera, most nutrient-dense botanical on the planet. But the most important part is that it's not just the Moringa oleifera right? It's how we use it. And so maybe you can tell everybody about the 3 different components and why our moringa, and more importantly, our super mix is the real deal.
Yeah, so not all moringa is created equal, right? What we've done is we have gone through the complete supply chain of moringa oleifera to make sure we have the most nutritiously dense botanical possible, right? So moringa oleifera, we all know the power that this single botanical has. It is the most nutrient-dense botanical on earth. That's not me saying it. That's over 500 peer-reviewed scientific articles hailing this botanical for its nutritional qualities. And what we've done is we have identified the most nutritious locations of growing moringa oleifera. Wonderful work done, graduate work out of Rutgers University to identify this. We've shown this as well in our own research. We've securitized farms in those areas. We use the leaves, the seeds, and the fruit. Other people just use the leaves. That's like going to buy a car and then just giving you the steering wheel. Now, moringa oleifera is a tree. The complete nutritional value is found throughout the tree. You need the whole tree to get the powerful nutrition. We shade dry the moringa leaves. Now, let me tell you why this is important, because you can get over 40 grams of fresh moringa leaves by shade drying them. You're able to get over 40 grams of fresh moringa leaves into one single sachet of super mix, right? And so when people say, well, how much super mix is in there? Well, it's difficult to say because of the inability of people to compare apples to apples.
Sure.
When you think of 40 grams, that's like 2 heaping handfuls in there, right? And so you see these people with their little capsules, and there's 250 milligrams.
Yeah.
Well, 250 milligrams, that equates to approximately 1/160th compared to this.
Wow.
Right? So do the simple math there, right? And so from that we manufactured in an NSF registered facility.
Yeah.
We have the ability to make sure that those nutrients are there. We don't have to offer any contaminants. We make sure there's no pesticides, microbial, heavy metal contaminants. All of that is done to give you this product, which costs less than $1 a day. Right?
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? The average household spends, I think it's like almost $100 a month in soda. And I'm getting views from the videographer here saying we got to wrap it up soon, so we'll go quick. But this costs, think about that. You're replacing that. By simply taking this, you're replacing that horrible toxic field stuff, and you got this wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. This right here, guys, it's the real deal. It is the real deal, and you're getting everything. It's natural. Your body can utilize it. You're not passing it through.
It's easier for people to turn down the soda once they drink this. This is one of the weirdest side effects from this, is they're like, I don't want soda anymore.
Well, and to that point, that's what really sold me on this whole thing, is that I was 100 ounce of soda a day drinker prior to the challenge that my wife gave me. And it was at the end of week 1 that I noticed that I'd gone an entire day for the first time in over 20 years without drinking a soda. And I haven't had one. I'm proud of the fact that I have not had one in over 2 years now, because of this. And so moving forward really quick.
So the $2,000 you threw away, you made back in soda.
I've made back in savings, right?
All right, plant protein. You got 20 seconds. Tell
20 seconds. I don't even know enough about it other than the fact that I was with this guy named Tommy Chapa, who literally has had one of the greatest transformations I've ever seen. I was doing meetings with him in Texas a little over a month ago. He asked me, he said to me, he's like, Mike, bro, I'm doing these 2 things like you've been telling me. I finally started doing it after Summit. And I'm like, well, what else are you doing? He goes, well, I started using the new core moringa. Well, I'm a cheapskate, okay? I am. I had guilty as charged. Post-convention, I bought one of the kits, but I hadn't started using this yet because I still had XM protein at the house. Well, after seeing Tommy, I said, well, I like how he looks, and I want to look like that too. So I incorporated this into my daily routine, and
amazing results.
In 6 weeks, I put on 10 pounds of lean muscle mass.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on because you're the expert. You're the one that's isolated this amazing plant protein. So tell us what you did to it.
It's a little mystery in a sachet. No, what this is we've been able to actually isolate the protein out of moringa oleifera leaves. The only company to ever do that. And it's a complete protein. So it's the benefit of an animal protein, complete amino acids, all 20 amino acids, enriched in those 9 essential amino acids. And with that, you're not getting any of the cholesterol or other digestive problems that are associated with the plant protein. Very lean protein, which is why you get such beautiful lean muscle growth.
Well, it is absolutely amazing, and I'm enjoying the benefits, and I can't wait for the first time in my adult life to be in Mexico in about a week and a half and to walk around and not be skinny fat. That's my new thing. It's not be skinny fat. I'd lost 53 pounds, in the last 2 years. But now I've got little bumps that are starting to show up on my abs. I'm starting to feel a little bit better about myself even still, right?
So you're just walking life unlimited.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Okay, last 2 things that I do.
Naturally conditioned. You like to exercise, you like to run, you like to lift weights.
Yep.
And you supplement that with our Ripsticks line of supplements.
Yep, every morning instead of going to a Gatorade like I used to, Gatorade is 200 and something calories for a serving. It's loaded with sugars and different things. This is just a simple, all-natural way that we can replace that.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper, way cheaper, 99 cents, $1 a day, for one of these when I'm exercising. And this is probably one of the greatest pre-workouts. The days that I don't take this, if I go to the gym, like if I'm on the road, I run out or something, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm dragging myself through my workout the whole day. Whereas this, it's pulling me through my workout. It's amazing. Yeah. So maybe you can tell us a little what you did there.
Well, we don't have time. What this is, well, I'll tell you. What this is naturally flavored, naturally colored, naturally sweetened. It's elderberry, right? Beet juice, right? And it tastes amazing. This product is really what this was is I saw so many children trying to be like Mike.
Yeah.
Drinking what was nothing more than uncarbonated soda, realizing there is a much healthier, natural solution out there, and this is it. And this pre-workout gives you the confidence to run through walls, and don't attempt it though. But this is a powerful pre-workout. It helps you get to your fat burning stage sooner in your workout. You don't start burning fat till you're about 20 minutes into your workout. To me, that's the worst 20 minutes of life, right? Where you're sweating on the treadmill and you're realizing you still haven't really burning fat yet. This gets you to that fat burning stage sooner in your workout. Powerful combinations of natural ingredients in there that help you metabolize your sugars faster, make sure that you're utilizing it, and it gives you that strength to carry through, right? L-arginine, blood flow throughout the body, wonderful, wonderful products. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Natural Health Revolution call, Mike McLean. Any last words here?
I would just say this, and for those of you who I have the privilege to interact with on a regular basis, and for those of you who may not know who I am or what I do, but I always say, if you don't know what you don't know, stop living off of an opinion. We all have them. I had opinions about all of these things. I had opinions about natural health. I had opinions about essential oils. I had opinions about everything. And those opinions prevented me from truly living and striving towards my vision of life unlimited. So if you're not where you want to be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or financially, we have answers for every one of those things. So make a decision tonight after learning from this guy right here, Harvard-educated medical research scientist. I don't want to give him a big name or a big head, but I'll tell you, he's one of the inspirations for me because of the fact that this is a guy I know could go anywhere, do anything that he wants to do, but he's here giving us, lending his skills, his talents, and his abilities to us so that we have the ability to truly live a life unlimited. So make a decision tonight, right now, not tomorrow morning, to do something for yourself that your future self will thank you for, but Dr. Plant, more importantly, that somebody else will thank you for, because you will inspire them to start their journey towards a life unlimited.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mike McLean. And I just want to say thank you to everyone on this call. Without you, this natural health revolution wouldn't happen. Without you, Mike, an instrumental part in this, thank you so much, because literally hundreds of thousands of people's lives are being impacted for the better. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next week on the Natural Health Revolution call. Find us on the Dr. Joshua Plant Facebook page, on the Zija Bridge line, and also on the Natural Health Revolution app as a podcast. Thank you so much.